Hey, Hector, how was it the second time around?
Surprisingly, a little better, actually.
Disappointing.
Welcome to Reshoot, amateurs in no suits. Too many movies to explore. Ruthie, Hector, and Ed, laughter till the end. Let's see something never done before.
No, I was the one who was
No,
raging.
she was the one who was raging.
That's
I had
disappointing.
I had something to drink. It made it go a little easier.
Wow. To the stars.
So, I'm depressed. I'm Hector.
Who isn't depressed? Anyways, I'm Ed.
I'm anxious. Hi, I'm Ruthie.
If you guys haven't seen the movie yet, you'll understand why in a bit we made that joke. So,
I'm Dad.
Ed.
I'm not.
No, we're off to a great start.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
Uh-oh.
we are.
I coughed.
Hi guys, let's do the episode.
Yeah, sorry.
Hi, guys.
We
Hello.
did Ad Astra.
To the stars. Yes.
Ed, thank you
Yes.
so much for making me relive this and go into a funk.
Yes. You're welcome. I live to break you.
Same. We also live to break you. Don't worry.
Yeah. Wait, use who? Him or me?
Yes.
Oh.
Did you enjoy it?
It was pretty to look at.
Agreed.
I think
On to my dislikes.
All right. Ed, you want ready to do the plot synopsis for Ad Astra?
Plot synopsis for Ad Astra. Oh boy. Okay, so the movie of Ad Astra follows Roy McBride.
Yeah.
Right? Roy McBride, aka Brad Pitt. He's a National Guard Space Division.
Spacecom.
Space Force.
Space Force.
No, that's a different show. That's
I know,
a show
but
with
he's
It'd be
United
better
States
military
Armed
show.
Forces Space Division. He says that. Spacecom is just like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
He doesn't really. He works under Spacecom kind of thing. Anyways, the Earth is getting hit by some weird like power surges originating from the edge of the solar system
because of antimatter.
because let me get there. And Spacecom and people will say that it's probably the Lima project, which is a project that went out to near Neptune to find intelligent life somewhere out in the universe that has Connor McBride, Roy's dad. Clifford, my bod. Clifford McBride, Roy's dad.
The big red traitor.
Oh, I was going to say the big sad dad.
Oh, God.
Big sad dad. Anyways, Roy is tasked with going to Mars to send some recording signals to the Lima project because his dad is there to see if they get a response so that they know what's going on, blah, blah, right? So he goes to the moon. Sorry. Yes.
I'm having a goldfish brain. Did you remember that, or did you mention that Clifford is assumed dead and a war hero by everybody?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Clifford in the Lima project, is like presumed lost, and everyone in that is presumed also dead, and Clifford is put on a pedestal as a hero. Now on to the real stuff. So Roy goes to the moon. They send him to the moon to then, bunny hop over to Mars. In the moon, there's pirates with rovers. Doesn't matter. And then from the moon, he goes on this ship with like 4 other astronauts. Yes. Onto Mars. They stop on the way to a Mayday signal from this Norwegian ship. Roy and the captain go there. The captain gets his face bitten off by like a baboon. Like it was a animal science vessel.
See you later, space monkey.
Yeah, so the captain gets his face bitten off, and Roy kills the other 2 monkeys, baboons.
I thought it was just one.
There were 2.
Oh.
Yeah, I think there was another one.
I remember one.
He shot the first one. The second one, he exploded with the
right.
with the pressure change. Anyways, Yeah, it was really cool how he duct taped the guy's mask.
I
Or
can't
helmet
believe that
thing
worked.
together. I mean, it didn't, but yeah.
I mean, he's yeah.
I mean, he would have been like when he got out into space, but his face was still intact, so it
Yeah.
sort
Yeah.
of worked.
Yeah, and it does work. Like the vacuum of space is exaggerated in a lot of places. It's actually not that strong at all. Like, have you ever
It's a
seen Alien?
vacuum.
Yeah, but it's not very strong. Like duct tape will keep it together.
I guess actually,
The,
yeah.
pre-
no,
the or like the pressure, the atmospheric pressure compared to the vacuum, what we live in is a near vacuum. It's not that strong. Just
Yeah.
thing.
I'm tracking.
That's what I recall, at least. It's exaggerated in a lot of things.
And I think,
Anyways.
yeah, like opening.
Yeah, because a little breach in the hull of a spaceship won't suck everybody there. There will be a leak, but you can like cover it up easy. You can put your hand on it and nothing will happen. Like you'll feel the suck. Anyways, captain gets his face chewed off by a monkey, baboon, whatever. He duct tapes the mask together, gets the captain back to the ship. Captain succumbs to his injuries, or the duct tape didn't work. We'll see. We're not sure. As they arrive on Mars, another surge happens. Roy shows his exceptional staying calm thing. That's a theme throughout the movie. Stays calm, bottles up all of his emotions. He shows that off and was able to land the ship manually
Because of another surge.
because of the surge. Yeah, I mentioned that. And then once they arrive on Mars, he records and sends the signal. They get no response on the first one. The second one, instead of reading the prepared statement, he says something that comes from his heart. And it is alluded that they received a signal back, but we're not sure. Also, it would have taken 6 hours to get a signal back.
Well, they didn't know how long he was going to be sitting there.
Light. Yeah. Do you think he was sitting in the soundproof room for 6 hours?
Maybe.
Maybe. Anyways, yeah, that's the one thing that really bothered me about this.
I'm confused at why didn't they just.
It's the one thing. One thing.
Well, the one like inaccuracy about
Okay.
space and shit. Yes, and then eventually, yeah, when they maybe get a signal back, they're like, okay, you're too connected to this mission. You're going back to Earth. We're sending other people to go blow up the space station so that we don't get any more power surges. And then Helena, some Martian girl, she was born on Mars. She's a human though.
That was fucked up when you think about it. Because
Yeah,
she
she was born on Mars
by the army in a
Yeah.
military base.
in a military base. She's only been
And-
to Earth once before when she was very young, and she's
She
lived on
basically-
Mars ever since.
She was a born soldier in a sense.
Yeah,
Like,
very solid Scientology of the U.S. military.
yeah.
Woo! U.S. military, 60% of the budget goes there. Anyways, yeah, Helena talks to Roy, shows him a clip of the last known transmission from Lima. At least it's what it seems like, where there was apparently a mutiny, and then Clifford killed everybody else, like put them in a section, turn off the lights on that section, and
That included her parents.
including Helena's parents. Yes.
They gave her the info to see that.
Yeah.
Kinda fucked.
Yep. And then Clifford killed them because he was way too involved, way too much of a zealot to try and find life out there. He believes that there definitely is intelligent life out there. And then Helena gets Brad to sneak onto the rocket that's going to Neptune. And Brad gets in, and the other three people are like, yo, what are you doing here? And Spacecom is like, neutralize Roy by any means necessary, which apparently the crew perceives as kill Roy, and they attempt to. And then Roy indirectly kills all three of them.
Pretty impressive, not gonna lie, how he indirectly killed them all.
Yeah, so when the staging happens, Lady falls and hits the thing on the bottom because of
Without a
speed
helmet.
differential. Yeah,
Yeah.
so she dies. He stabs the other dude, but the third dude, the like new captain, shoots some pressurized container of some kind of gas that makes them suffocate and die. So Roy is on this spaceship alone, where he's not supposed to be. He's a stowaway. Anyways,
It for like how many months was he in there? Like a month or two?
2
days.
months and a week ish.
Yeah, 80
He was there for
days.
like 73 days
Yeah.
alone, completely. He
loses-
even sets up a feeding tube on himself with these little like electro pads on his muscles to keep them from atrophy. I mean, he starts like having like losing his mind a little bit. Anyways, he eventually gets to the Lehman Project, where his dad is actually still there, alive after 30 years. It's been like 30
20
years since he left,
20
or 20,
something.
20
Yeah.
something. Somehow still alive. Anyways, and they have a little moment
Is it
where
really a moment?
Clifford says, "I never cared about you or your mother. I only cared about my job," which is what Roy turned into, basically. Roy sets up the nuclear bomb to blow up the space station. There was a bomb. And they try to leave. And for reasons that will forever elude me, Clifford decides to kill himself by just like, they go to do a spacewalk and he starts like pushing himself away with the jetpack. And then for Roy to survive, he unclips him after Clifford tells him to unclip him. Yeah, and he floats away.
How heavy-handed can the imagery be of the son having to let go of his father and his father's ideals for him? Again, subtlety is not this guy's strong suit.
I wouldn't say it's that obvious, but
It's subtle as a brick through space.
That can actually be pretty subtle depending on how long it's
extremely
been.
subtle.
Now, if it's subtle as a brick re-entering orbit, that's a whole different story.
Okay, but what if the brick was secretly a sun? Would that be subtle?
The sun entering orbit?
No, just like a
star.
Like, I usually say like, oh, it's as subtle as a brick through a window, but I was.
It's
I don't know, I
not.
had a
It's
brain
not
dead moment.
A
strongest.
brick through
Sorry.
the airlock.
Yeah. Yes.
There you go.
Nailed it. First try.
Yeah, so Roy unclips and does some cool action boy shit where he uses a little rotating thing to propel himself back to the ship because his little vessel was damaged and it floated away. And he gets back on to the thing, uses a nuclear explosion to propel himself back to Earth. And he gets back to Earth with a very CGI beard that annoys the shit out of me. And we don't know if he's hailed as a hero, but he's at least like not
a
at
criminal.
fault, not a criminal.
I'd be very surprised if he was a hero.
Yeah, at least not a criminal. I guess they pardoned him for indirectly killing the three, becoming a stowaway because he saved humanity from the power surges that were gonna be eventually catastrophic. Yeah, and he reconnects with his like ex. He just kind of meets up with her at a coffee shop, something.
Oh, right, because there's this whole thing. You forgot to mention that he was super sad because his ex left him because he never showed emotion. And never
because
talked to her.
he never connected. Yeah, and that's the whole theme of the movie. That is the synopsis of this 2-hour-long movie.
Who's going first? I can go first.
Ruthie, go first.
Go ahead.
You're the newbie to this movie. You deserve to let it out.
I thought it was funny in the opening scene because like the opening scene is like admittedly a very boring monologue. That was my first dislike, but it's him giving his like psych eval report, and he's like, yeah, I'm calm, everything's fine, I'm not thinking about my divorce. And then like with the camera you can see like internally he's like, oh god, my divorce. I don't know, it was entertaining to me. I thought the dark side of the moon sequence is fun. Keep in mind I do my likes chronologically. I liked the movie's theme of like toxic masculinity and like the effects and repercussions and how that kind of lasts from one generation to another. And I don't know, it was kind of pretty to look at in some parts. Now onto my dislikes. It was so boring. Like there were some like really cool parts like that would come up like, oh, by the way, the moon is a warring space state with pirates and whatnot, and no government has full control of the moon. And you're like, who gives a fuck, honestly? Honestly,
I'm probably watching that movie.
I want to watch the space moon pirate flick. But yeah, it's boring, and I don't know, I had a really hard time connecting to Brad Pitt, and I think that's what made it so boring. And I get it. I get that that's the point. But you want to know that a movie that I feel did better on this aspect than Ad Astra? Ender's Game. Have neither of you seen Ender's Game?
I saw it, yeah.
Okay. Because like the idea of Ender's Game is finding empathy from the other side, the enemy, and like the devastation of war, and like why you should care about other people, why you should have relationships, not even just like romantic relationships, but just like friendships and coworkers, etc., etc., etc. Ender is at the end of the movie like not the greatest person, but you can see that he knows that and he regrets it. He's a person. Brad Pitt, Roy, whatever the fuck, I didn't care about him. Even at the end, like I felt sad for him, but he's not human enough. He's a cardboard cutout of Brad Pitt that they filmed, you know?
The best part is in the beginning of the movie, when he's on his way to the spacewalk, you see a bunch of people goofing off and laughing.
Mhm.
But then like every person who's a higher up than that is just emotionless. Even his ex-wife is like not showing much emotion. And I get why in context, but even then, like nothing.
Yeah. I think we also had Hector, I think you had a similar problem with Tenet. It was just like it didn't feel like people. There was nobody to really connect with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Except Robert Pattinson's character.
He was the
barely,
closest.
Barely. I don't even count Robert Pattinson because there wasn't enough about him as a person to know.
Yeah,
he's the most person in the movie.
But he's
the only
still
one
not
I cared about.
He's 75% of a person, though, is the issue.
But here's the thing. In a D&D podcast I listened to, they have the rule of threes. You have 3 personality traits, you become a recurring character. Okay, for example, Roy, what are his 3 personality traits?
Super calm, emotionless, and very, very committed to his job, to what he does.
I'd pair the first 2, but yeah, I don't know. He just doesn't feel person-y to me. And I guess...
But he does have traits, they're just not...
They're just not good ones.
Yeah, they're not very good ones.
It's not fully developed.
Yeah.
For a main character.
That's the point, though.
I get that's the point, but there has to be another way to show it.
Let me present to you an alternative, something inspired by Ender's Game, but not fully, so Hector doesn't get spoiled, because I do want to watch this movie with him. It's incredibly implied that, at least to me, it feels like these psych evals that the military does, they are specifically influencing their soldiers, employees, the personnel to be emotionally stunted, not just emotionally compartmentalized.
That's a hard word to say.
Not just being emotionally compartmentalized, but stunted. If anything, it makes sense to me that the military, with all of their resources, with all the research, with all the psychological research that we have now, and this is supposed to be in the not too distant future, they know exactly what they're doing. This is a feature, not a bug. They want their people to have no emotion. So when they say to Roy, hey, can you write like a nice letter to your dad and ask him to stop?
They didn't even give him the letter. They told him, they already gave him one.
Yeah, it was a prepared statement.
I know, but like, I don't know, even the prepared statement, it's like, but you made him emotionally stunted. Why would this even matter to Clifford? Why would this matter to Roy? Everybody knows this is fake as shit. So if anything, it makes sense to me where they say, hey, listen, your dad's doing a big bad. We're going to send him a message to knock it off. And then when that happens, we're going to blow your dad up into space. Cool? You fine with that? And he's like, yes, I am fine with that. I have no emotions. I am Brad Pitt robot.
You know what's the worst part of this movie? Why did they send the letter?
Yeah.
They could just go over there, SWAT team their way in, put the nuke in, and then just leave.
Because they didn't know if he was dead or alive.
But if he's dead, but why does it matter if you can just go and put the nuke or get him out? If you know what can stop it, just go and stop it. They knew where he was.
If you can stop the thing without sending people to Neptune, you'd probably really do that first.
Fair enough. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. Anyways,
you know how far away Neptune is? You know it.
I do now. Thanks to this movie.
The distance between Mars and Jupiter is like the distance from like Saturn and Neptune.
So it's like we're probably going to end up killing your dad. That cool? You don't get a choice. So when he goes to Mars, he's fully aware, like, this is a warning shot. We're probably just going to blow him up anyway. And I guess to keep in line with having him murk the rest of the crew, I think what happens is they're like, okay, he sent a message. The message was actually fuck you. So Roy starts getting heated. And when he gets on the ship, the crew sees him and they're like, wait, but you're here to kill your dad. And he's like, yeah, what of it? And then they get freaked out and they see that he's mad, and I don't know, the scuffle ensues.
Wait, why would there be a scuffle if he's going to kill his dad and they're going to kill his dad?
They feel weird that he's going with them to kill his dad. I feel like all of them are nowhere near as emotionally stunted as Roy McBride.
Oh, fair. So they're trying to stop him before
yeah, so
he
they're
goes
like,
savage.
I don't want a psychopath on board. Please, no.
Like, yeah, that's fair. I get it now.
Yeah.
That's a good fix.
Yeah, speedrun fix.
Was that everything?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah. I think that would
Cool.
fix the movie. Genuinely.
Dang. That was 2 seconds. Hey, let's break this up. Let's break this up. So I'll give the positive review second. I like this movie.
You still like it?
Yeah, I mean, I liked it the first time, and then after a bit, I'm like, it's okay. And after watching it a second time, I like it again, and it'll probably fall off after a few months. Also, again. Anyways, the point, the theme of the movie is, yeah, like you said, toxic masculinity, about being more or less emotionless, and yeah, like keeping things inside, which is bad. Don't do that, people. Express your emotions, talk, communicate. It is taken to the extreme here. It is a dystopia kind of thing for at least scientists in the Space Force kind of thing. Enough so that, like, the other people in the crew, they take mood stabilizers, where Roy doesn't need them for the psyche valves. Anyways.
So mood stabilizers are just to do with the long trip, I thought.
Yes, because they need psych evals at the end of the trip.
Right.
Yeah, and they did psych evals in the ship also.
Yeah.
So yeah, that stuff. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I just thought I'd share a fun moment. When Hector and I were watching the movie, there was a moment like when he's strapping in, like getting ready to launch the ship back with the nuke. And I was like, wouldn't it be a pain in the ass if the system was like, please record your psyche eval to turn on the goddamn ship? And he's like emotional, like, please don't let me blow up with the nuke. And it's like, I'm sorry, you have failed your psyche eval. The ship will not go.
Let's actually go through my likes of this movie. Yeah, again, I like the theme. I like all of that. And I can see how the theme will be hard for you, Ruthie, because you kind of need to feel a little bit, which I admit is hard to feel for Brad Pitt. You kind of have, like, they're banking on daddy issues, right? Or at
Which
least
is
like,
ironic because I have that in spades.
well, like not as bad as you. they're banking on like, I don't know, like having a relationship with your dad, but also kind of some issues, not super bad issues.
I got into a fight with my dad after this movie, like that night,
because he liked it and you didn't.
No,
anyway.
Dad's never seen the movie.
Oh yeah, that was some.
No, I watched it with you, and then went to go home, and then like my dad and I had a fight that night, and it was just like so weird to me the entire time because this movie's in the forefront of my brain.
Yeah, they're banking on that, and yes, it can be hard to feel for Brad because yes, he is very toxic masculinity, like personified with all that. But I do like how he learns that it's not okay to do that and that he got it from his dad. And a lot of people I know do not like the narration, but you kind of need it with Brad because he is so quiet and calm and reserved, calm in quotations, and you need that kind of narration for like this internal monologue that he has throughout the entire movie. Yes, Hector.
This feels like an OG Blade Runner situation where they added it in post because they thought
I do not
they
think
needed
they
it.
added it in post. I think that was the plan from the beginning because this one is
There's-
much more structured.
There's like three voiceovers where I'm like, you don't need this. He's like, I miss my wife, or like he tries to tell his wife like how he feels, and he deletes the message. It's like I can't tell her. Like, no shit, you just delete the message.
That one I wasn't. That one I was fine with because like I don't know. There have been times where it's like, no,
No, but like it's just like, but he said delete in his face. Like there's like 3 scenes where he has voiceovers. And I'm like, okay, you don't need the voiceover here. We know what it's obvious. Like Brad Pitt is actually acting. Like not saying he doesn't act in this movie. Jeez, that came out wrong. Like he's actually showing more emotion through Roy.
Mm-hmm. And he
doesn't
slowly shows more emotion as the movie goes on.
Yes, but it's just more like I'm talking like in that beginning scene. Like there's way too much narration. They could have done with less.
Yes, they could have done with less because it is a little repetitive for some things
and heavy-handed.
I disagree.
You picked this movie, Ed. You're gonna get me.
Yeah, I know. I disagree. There could have been a little bit less. I also liked the scenes of the psych eval with the rope with the AI. I really enjoyed those scenes because I bet if you see them one right after the other, you see how much Roy changes throughout the movie because it is very slow, a slow gradual change, but it's not a lot of change. It's a very subtle change where because he doesn't go from the emotionless to, living life to the fullest. It goes from him being emotionless, realizing it's wrong, and then we're starting to work on it. And I like that.
Yeah,
I like that too.
I did too. It felt like
because it's not a Daenerys Targaryen situation where it's a coin flip at the end of the movie.
Still never seen Game of Thrones.
No, don't.
No.
Yeah, I like how it's not a full or a traditional full character arc. It's like half of it because usually a character arc like they start a certain way. There's things that challenge their point of view and they turn out to be better in the way.
Yeah,
this movie is just he starts off emotionless and then realizes there's problems with his thing and that's where it stops. And I like that. It's different. The talk he had with his dad, I also really enjoyed. It is
I actually did like that scene.
So weird. 2 emotionless people trying to form an emotional connection. And I thought that was incredible. How they handled it and how it is. And how Clifford said something to Roy and Roy shed a single sad tear.
Holy shit. Do you guys realize the color scheme of the movie matches the emotions that Roy faces? Because when it's normal. Red. White, when he's in the moon, it's white, more empty, gray.
Yeah.
When he's red, he's angry.
Mars, and then blue Neptune.
When he's sad about his dad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just realized that. That's actually really smart.
I wasn't aware of that either, but yeah, I can see that where on Earth and the moon, it's very white because he's just one-dimensional. In Mars is when he starts to get a little angry. And then in blue, he's sad. I enjoyed this movie for the most part. Dislikes. Yeah, it's kind of boring for the most part. I get that's the point of the movie and for all of it. And yes, but and he tries to sprinkle in these things to keep the more ADD people paying attention to the movie.
You really struggled there, Ed. What are you gonna say? Us lecherous cretins.
Yeah.
With the IQ of a baboon, right? No.
IQ of an ape. Ape together strong.
Monkey.
Reject humanity, return to monkey.
I mean, hey, it worked out for those 2 astronauts.
Yeah. The narration, and it's the reason the narration is good is because it's not telling you this plot. That's why the Blade Runner narration was wrong, because it told you the plot. This is just internal monologue, which they did in the original Dune, the David Lynch one, where they did not nail it. I think they nailed it pretty good here.
A monologue and monotone.
Oh God, have you listened to the original Blade Runner
No,
theatrical?
No.
I'm talking about Ad Astra.
I know. Listen to Harrison Ford ham up that narration.
He's not hamming it up, he's dulling it up. He tried to get it removed by being so boring.
I have seen
Yeah,
the original.
he
Blade
hammed
Runner,
it
I
up
forgot
for
it.
that because he
God.
thought if I ham this enough, they won't put it in. Sorry, sorry, what?
No, I was saying like I have seen Blade Runner, but like
You don't remember it?
my brain just like clicky clacky monkey, you know?
Math rocks go
She saw
clickety
for
clack.
class, didn't you? Yeah, you saw
Yeah,
for
it was.
class.
It's the same class that I keep going on and on about, the surveillance in film.
That was, yeah, but I guess you just remember that one. as
No,
well.
I remember Blade Runner. I just do not remember the monologue.
The monologue wasn't
Oh.
the version you saw. You watched on Netflix?
Did I?
I think you told me you watched on Netflix. Ruthie, they don't have the monologue version's nearly gone. It's hard to find now.
Yeah, the theatrical cut is extremely hard to find. You can find it if you your her fiddly pirate it. Yeah, but everything you see of Blade Runner is the final cut, which does not have the monologue. I think they nailed it pretty hard here. It could have been a little bit less because I like that kind of stuff in movies. Blade Runner 2049.
And
Lots of no talking. Lots of quiet. Anyways, the pirate thing and the monkey thing was so fucking jarring and weird. I didn't want it. Like, why couldn't it just be a derelict ship with no monkeys? That'd be awesome.
Actually, yeah, no, I think that would even work better with the theme of like
Yeah.
an empty husk of a ship.
No, I think I mentioned in my notes. I think I realized it.
Monkey.
It was like, I think it was some symbolism. I remember reading on Reddit, because I remember going on Reddit after this movie, seeing like, am I the only one who hated it? No, there's a lot of people who liked it. But someone saying like, oh, it's because of like humanity being more rabid and orderly deep down. You know, this is what we all are with emotion. I didn't believe that theory.
No, I don't
Yeah.
either.
I
But
like
the
my
other-
theme better.
The other one,
Yeah.
I think was like, I wrote down my notes, but I don't think I remember exactly how I was thinking it, but it was kind of like how his dad might be seen as being
Yeah.
alone in Neptune for so many years,
Yeah.
just like this rabid monkey.
Yes.
If
Also,
that makes sense.
yeah, but I hate that. So
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
hate it too.
choose no.
It was
No, this movie could have easily been 30 minutes shorter. And I think you can do that very easily because I mean, I'm going to bring it up, but Pig does that. It's a 30-minute long slow movie with kind of an emotionless main character also, or just a very sad dude. And you can do that. And Pig didn't feel short. It didn't feel long. This movie didn't feel long, but
this movie didn't feel.
it was getting there
It was only getting there.
for me.
Ed's a bit.
Again,
Ed can go. Ed's weird in that he and I are different when it comes to art house movies.
10 minutes in, I was like, damn, are we halfway through yet?
No. The scene. No. The first time she said on board is the scene where they tell him, like, "Hey, the whole universe can explode or can die
That's
because of the
literally 10
surges."
minutes in.
Yeah.
And then Ruthie's just looking at me like, "This is so boring."
Yeah.
Hector, how far are we? And I'm just trying to hold back my laughter, like, oh no.
I can watch a 3-hour movie, no problem. I can watch.
I can
Me
too.
too. I love
and
watching
like a
Lord
slow
of the Rings.
3-hour movie. Slow 3-hour.
There's a
movie.
difference between slow and just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
I couldn't sink my claws into it. I can watch Lord
I
of the
mean,
Rings. I can watch all 3 Lord of the Rings trilogy movies back to back.
yeah,
extended
but you're a
edition.
nerd about it. That doesn't count.
But it's interesting. I can touch it.
I can watch like slower. I can watch slower stuff, but there has to be something
Worth
there.
it.
This
Yeah.
movie's just. So...
I mean, how'd you feel about Blade Runner 2049? That's two
Oh,
and
I
a half.
loved it.
2
I
hours and
loved it.
45 minutes of a very slow story.
I loved it.
Ruthie, no?
She
I
hasn't
haven't
seen it.
seen it.
Oh,
I've only seen Blade Runner.
okay. Yeah, I didn't really have too much of dislikes for this. I feel for my tastes, how I would change it is, yeah, cut out the space pirate thing, maybe.
Could you just do it like rover malfunctions and like, oh, big flip, big scare?
No,
Like,
actually,
not quite
no, 'cause
as
I did like the little like spinning into the
Yeah,
crater floating. That was
yeah.
really cool.
That's what I like.
just make it
too.
just make it like
Yeah, like
surge.
they blow a tire, or the surge.
they blow a tire.
Fucking, I don't know.
They did blow a tire.
They have to take it to a moon mechanic.
Yeah.
Oh, the moon.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about space things. Sorry, my
No.
bad.
No, the moon.
Like,
Yeah,
that was
maybe-
the rocket. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean blow a tire in space?
That's like Rick and Morty. They have a flat tire in space.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, it makes more sense than Rick and Morty. What's going on?
Yeah. Maybe not so much of the pirate stuff. The baboon things, just like cut the baboons, make it a derelict ship.
Make it real creepy.
Yeah. And that gave me a fucking idea for a movie where just call the movie is just called Derelict. Far future.
Hi, Hector the editor here. We kept going with this movie idea Ed had for a little bit, but he basically told me to take it out because he wants to actually write it. I'm going to jump you guys into the best spot I could after this. Bye.
Yeah. That's all I would fix is no pirates, no baboon, just a derelict ship. And you can shorten the movie a little bit, take out a little bit, just like take out a pinch of the narration kind of thing. And I feel I shouldn't call it narration because that's not what it is. It is internal monologue. Just take out a pinch of it because it is a little repetitive. I love the psych evals. I love everything else about it. I like everything else about this movie, really.
I call it Brad Pitt needed extra money, so they put him in the recording booth.
Yeah, he does sad eyes for 2 hours.
I do that every damn day. Where's my fucking money?
It's good acting. Not everybody can do this. Not everyone can just sad eyes for 2 hours.
I'm a fucking master at it. Let me at it.
No, but like there's just these hints. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. That's basically it. I don't have too many issues about this movie. This is how you do narration or voiceover correctly.
The Twilight still does the best narration. Ed looks
No.
like he's ready to.
Have you seen the Twilight movies?
I've seen Twilight Eclipse and the third one a little bit of the third.
That is Eclipse.
That is Eclipse.
Twilight.
So there's
New
Twilight,
Moon.
New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn.
I don't think I've finished Eclipse.
I've seen the first 5
'cause-
minutes of Twilight 1.
Because the second one, Edward tries to commit suicide by showing himself, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean commit suicide?
So he's in the town in Italy. I can't believe I'm explaining this.
Yeah, he's
Like
in
he
a town
gets
in
naked?
Italy and he
Oh, okay.
exposes his
Yeah, he
sparkles
goes shirtless and he's going to expose
to the
his
humans.
rock hard nipples to the humans, so that the Volturi, which is right behind him, will grab him and then immediately.
Volturi is
kill
a
him.
secret vampire society.
No, I know about the Volturi.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
see, I
There's
was
a
thinking like
vampire
what?
Illuminati.
See, when
What
he
happens-
expose himself, outside like what he's gonna like
No,
show
what-
his Pattinson, and then he's just gonna get like murdered as this.
What happens in the third movie?
The third movie. There's a vampire
I
from the
done?
first movie.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen the three. I just haven't seen Breaking Dawn yet.
Okay.
Why
because
have you seen them?
Reasons. I'm
You
not
can
gonna
say-
get into it right now.
You can say
Okay.
Robert Pattinson. It's all right, dude.
I mean, partly that, yeah. I've made it an issue to watch every movie Robert Pattinson has been in. I gotta watch Lost City of Z, which, fun fact, same director as that Astra.
I thought you were gonna say it's Twilight. I'm like,
No,
oh.
all right,
that's all.
my likes. It's honestly better on a second viewing.
Actually, let me interrupt you really quickly. Just pay Brad Pitt a bit more money to grow out his beard for 2 months for that last shot instead of putting a CGI beard on him.
Just do some fucking makeup.
Yeah,
No.
just put like mascara.
Just give him
No,
like
or
$100 to grow out a beard for 2 months.
You can do prosthetic beards.
Or yeah, or just makeup, which looks just as no, make him grow it out.
I mean, like, look, I admire Brad Pitt with a beard as much as anyone, but like, it's so much more. Just mascara if he's gonna be clean shaven.
That's so much more money than just paying him a little bit more. just paying him a little bit more to
Brad
grow
Pitt
that.
is an A-list actor. That's expensive.
I know. How much do you think is a whole like makeup, like people, makeup and
Probably a lot
hairstyle?
less. Probably a lot less than
Yeah,
him
less.
for one shot. For like one shot. Likes.
Yes.
It's better on a second viewing. I think the issue with the first time I watched it, and Ruthie had this, is you just don't know what the fuck's going on, how it's going to end, or there's no real structure. You don't see the structure fully. So it just feels, and it's already so boring that it just kind of drags on forever.
I'm just gripping onto air, waiting for something to emotionally connect to.
So not, with me going in what's going on, I'm actually less, I can focus a little more. It's,
Yeah.
The space is pretty in this movie. It's really pretty, actually. Like, I've been loving this renaissance of space films just because I fucking love space. I want to go to space. I thought it was interesting how, like, usually it's like low stakes story, small potato story, small potato setting. But it's for the most part, a small potato story of just a guy trying to find his father. It's a strange father. But in the vastness of space is a fun idea. And also just shows how small everything is in a sense, while also not. Like, this whole person with this, I don't know. The juxtaposition's really good.
And it's also like behind it is the big situation of, hey, 50,000 people died with one of these big bad storms.
I'm going to be honest with you. I completely forgot about the storm thing until I rewatched. I'm like, right, that's the catalyst of this whole damn movie. It doesn't even feel that important. I know it's important, but they don't make it feel as important.
Yeah, you only...
No, there's a term for it. It's not a catalyst.
Surge.
No. That plot point. It's like, oh, what is it called?
The turn to adventure. The call.
Yeah, it's that, but there's a term for it. I don't remember.
No. My last is the violence actually felt like it hit. Like, there was some good impact on that violence. Like, it did a good job of showing the horror of it, the simple stuff. I don't know if it's like the camera angles, the sound design, the whatever, but like they all did a really good job. It was great. So my dislikes.
Oh no.
I mean, you guys already got through some of it, so it's not I'm gonna try and be quick. It's so slow and boring. Oh no, antimatter screen surge that can destroy, in their own words, the entire galaxy. But everyone there is talking in a way that makes them not sound concerned. And I get that they have to focus on the mission, but even their faces are so relaxed. You can't have like a hint of more. Just a hint of more. Like, yeah, we're fucking terrified. We have to hide it, but we're fucking terrified. Like, this is going to sound like a really weird thing I'm bringing up, piece of media I'm bringing up. But has anyone here seen Space Force, the Netflix show?
I saw an episode.
They were making it seem like it was going to be The Office. I watched it. It's a military like comedy, and it's supposedly surprisingly accurate to like how some people in the military will actually act. They're showing emotion a lot.
Yeah, but
like,
it's
they're
a
not
comedy. This isn't a comedy.
But even there's a lot more serious scenes than you'd think, and even then,
just watch Don't Look Up.
I haven't seen it, and I've heard I heard it has some similar issues I have with this, mainly with subtlety and just in your face in a weird way. Or being in your face.
Yeah, but
I might watch it. I just haven't seen it.
It shows a very realistic representation of how people would act to disasters.
I mean, we can see that. We can see that. I haven't seen that for 2 goddamn years now. I'm good. Yeah, just being good, more fit. Like ways to fit to show emotion. And I get the movie saying people, especially men, are told to be emotionless or not show negative emotion to get the job done. But there has to be a better way to show it. Like, also it's weird because like he uses his psyche valve to say like I'm mad about my father and sad before he gets to the Mars, but he still passes. Also, it's a bit late for psychs. It's just weird. Like, wait, shouldn't that be triggering it? But no, it's fine.
Yeah, but like he has a thing that keeps track of his heart rate, and his BPM is like his resting heart rate is like 57 or less.
Fair enough, but it's not just the heart rate. It's also like it seems like they're also testing his answers. That's the thing that.
But it's his answers compared to any irregularities in his heart rate.
Okay, Ruthie looks just about to laugh at something. Ruthie, let it rip.
I have a new customized Cards Against Humanity. What is it? White card?
Yeah, white card.
Military approved parental rage.
Okay, I already mentioned the one about the character. What's her name? The one the commander of the Mars base, who
Helen.
Helena.
Helena, who is basically a child soldier.
It's just Helen.
You said Helena.
You said Helena.
I said Helen.
No.
Nope. You said Helena.
You said
I said
Helena.
Helen.
A bajillion
I'm gonna play this
times.
back
I
to
said
you privately
Helen.
afterwards.
It's
Yeah, you
Helen.
did. You
I'm
did.
pretty sure it is just
Ed,
Helen.
we're Helena right about this, okay? Shut the fuck up.
I'm pretty sure it's
You
just
kept.
Helen.
I'm not saying that the cast. I'm saying you with your
You
mouth
said
words
Helena.
said Helena.
I said Helen. As
Helena.
in
Helena.
Take the fucking L, Ed.
I'm not gonna take this L. Listen to it again.
We will.
Yeah, we'll prove it.
The monkey scene felt like it was there for trailers and to get the plot moving, not because of any real reason. Same with, I would argue, what was it?
Space Pirates.
Space Pirates, I think, was also partially there for trailer stuff, because that was like a big selling point in the trailers, I remember.
There's a metric fuck ton of scenes in the trailers that is not in the movie.
Yeah, I'm sure. It feels, I almost convinced like
there's a scene in the trailer where Brad Pitt is smiling.
Unbelievable.
This, honestly, the trailers made it look like it's gonna be a completely different movie.
Mhm.
I almost took
It was bad marketing for the most part.
I almost invited some coworkers to see this movie, and I'm glad I didn't, because my god. Yeah, so here's the fixes. So I was gonna say it gives more emotions to Roy. He has that calmness, but there's a bit of rage. Like when he grips a flight stick to fly around, he's gripping it way too tight. Ruthie's looking at me and knows she's thinking, firmly grasp it, right?
No.
Wait, what stick?
Like the flight stick when you're flying, like when you fly a plane or
Oh.
a rocket.
The rocket go lever.
Yeah, or
I'm
like
using
upper.
the scientific term.
tightly.
Yeah, he grips it too tightly.
Yeah, no, I was thinking a different joke.
Oh God, Ruthie,
You
no.
have to firmly grasp.
I think it'd be interesting if you have the main cast show some emotion, especially in the fucking briefing. Just something, because this is not normal. Don't act so goddamn calm. Like, we've had politicians all over and people in the military all over do a bunch of stupid, like, crazy shit in the last, like, however many years lately. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to be political here. All sides, all been doing some stupid, crazy shit. No matter what aisle they're on. It's like military or ex-military.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They show emotion. And I guess you can say, oh, it's in it, but if it's in the near future, we're not gonna have to be near enough to bring that out or train that out.
Yeah, that was my point. I was thinking like in Fifth Element, I know it's a fantasy sci-fi, no way real movie, but they have a large like there's a lot of military in that movie, and they're very emotionally reactive.
Like, also, without the emotion thing, that's gonna backfire on them, because like you're gonna get some people doing some real heartless shit and showing no remorse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
that's the point.
Yeah.
Think rationally only.
But that can backfire on you easily. That's the issue. I don't think
Things get done though.
But it can backfire way too easily.
What did you have in mind?
Zombies are from Earth are about to get to like half of Earth's infested with zombies. We have to nuke them out of orbit. Like, no, I don't know. It's a crazy one. You put me on the spot, but it's fine. No, it's fine.
I thought you had a
No. So here's the thing. Have everyone ask him if he's okay, as this is a difficult job. For those who he doesn't know if this is a test or not. So there's a whole level of paranoia in this movie, because he wants to stay on this mission. So he's like, oh, I'm fine. But because I remember when he talks to that one guy, his first partner, President Snow from Hunger Games.
Yeah.
He's like, is this a test? Like, not officially, or something like that. It's like, I was hoping that whole movie would play like that.
He said yes. He said yes, it was a test.
Not officially.
That
was the quote. I remember that.
But it was a test, yeah.
But like the entire time, he doesn't know if people are being nice or if they're just in the know and they're just testing him. Like, let's say he doesn't know if the pilots who are taking him to Mars are actually in on the whole thing, and they're testing him by lying to him. Like we don't know. They don't know what's going on. So that paranoia starts to make him crack even more. So then he kills the crew by accident on the ship to Neptune. Keep that in. I like that scene. So he starts to tear up, but he doesn't cry because he's a man. So
He
and then
sheds a tear.
no tears.
At the end.
That's for no tears.
This is the fix.
Also,
Oh,
men don't cry, I say as I cry during Marley and Me. So he kills the crew by accident. No crying. Yes.
I didn't cry during
I
Yes,
also didn't cry during Marley and
You
Me.
neither of you have souls. So when he's looking pissed.
So probably because I've never had a dog. I don't.
Marley lived a good life. Like, yeah, it was sad, but like he was loved.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. But it was just anyway. I'm good. I don't want to tear up right now, please. I do. Yeah, I don't cry. What are you talking about? No. So also when he goes crazy from being alone, I don't want him to be. He starts crying at that, or he like loses at that point, and I'm like, and it kind of kills from the end a little bit because he cried twice within like 20 minutes. And in none of the other movie, that's fine, but in this movie, it loses the impact of the final one. So he's just more depressed and catatonic, right? And then the alert, he's almost a Neptune. That's what snaps him out of it.
Yeah, that's why that's what I think was like. Because I'm gonna interject here. I'm sorry, because I just remembered a thing. There's a scene where he starts losing it, and you see him like far on this thing, and he's like twisting his head back and forth like a crazy person, like how he does in 12 Monkeys. And I think, yeah, when he's getting close to Neptune, that's when his brain just kind of clicks, and it's like job time, and that's where how he can kind of like
Yeah.
compare. He says it himself. He was taught to compartmentalize.
Yeah.
And at
Which
first, I
is-
didn't. When I first watched it, I didn't like that he kind of just snapped out of it immediately. But on a second viewing, I understand it more. Anyways, sorry about that.
This whole movie is basically just that one scene from Dennis from It's Always Sunny going, I'm feeling emotions again. I haven't felt them since I was a teenager. And he forgot that, and he thought everyone else was like that. That's this whole movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's whoever wrote this movie. It's just like, I'm joking. That was mean. I feel bad. Because I have emotions. So the whole point of that is just so that when he sees his dad, he actually cries. It actually has more impact because by that point, this is the first time he's actually letting loose. Don't mention the smuggling war on the moon, please. You're not going to use that concept fully and awesomely. I don't want it.
Add Astra Extended Universe, just a movie on the
I
space
honestly
pirates.
felt like they were setting up almost a franchise here. Knowing Fox, they were starting to set up a fucking franchise here.
But
Because that
Fox
was
is
way
dead.
well, you know what I mean. This movie was made right around right before the acquisition. But so here's a way to make it, because if you're not going to use the concept fully, and this just feels okay. I'm going to say my actual notes here. So instead, now it's some people have smuggled stuff out of bases, but nothing too big, and people are just looking for them just because, like, you're not going to most likely not find them. It's a small group. It still shows the whole, humanity is imperfect and fractured, and maybe we're better. The movie kind of has this nihilistic tone of like, oh, humanity sucks, and or at least from how I saw it, or we have to not be alone theme. So it's like a small group of people. It's not a big group, and you can't keep that theme going. And I guess the final thing is remove the monkey scene. I think I like what Ed said better. I'm not going to say my idea.
What was your idea? I'm interested.
No, I wasn't I the one who said like have no monkeys at all? Just have it.
No. But I like Ed's idea of what to replace it with.
Oh,
I just said it's a derelict ship.
Huh?
I just said it's a derelict.
Yes, I know, but that was better than what I thought.
What did you think?
They go to get the people out.
Oh, there's people
And-
in the.
There were people in there. They thought there were, but they're all blown up and got frozen because space. There was a fuel tank explode, like one part of the thing exploded,
mhm.
and now it led to like a time bomb on the other half, which they're in. And then as they go out, the captain gets kapooted out.
He gets yoked.
He gets yoked. Not like an explosion like badoom, but like pressure and all that. I know how space works for the most part. I want to be an astronaut growing up. Yeah, that's all really.
Okay, I have a very stupid question for you both. Since apparently this was made by Fox and this came out around the time of the Disney purchase, which if you had to include this in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, how would you bring it into the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
This movie?
Yes. How would you introduce the fact that this is a Marvel movie?
They find Galactus near Neptune.
Oh, I had a different idea. Do you remember that one other Fox movie about the weird alien that has Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal?
No.
It was like some kind of goo thing. And the idea, and what people thought was it was an idea for introducing Venom. The Venom symbiote.
Life. I
Life.
think of Life.
I was gonna do that a little bit, where instead it's
Jake Gyllenhaal and who?
Ryan Reynolds. In that movie. Anyway, if we're gonna introduce Marvel into this, you can either have it so that not seem so jarring. It's like, what's causing the spike? It's what's his name? Null, the god of there's a god of symbiotes in the comics.
Okay.
This is more recent,
but this is the Marvel.
Right. So Sony doesn't have the rights to Sony has the Spider-Man rights, right? Fuck.
Well, no, I'm more just saying that's like new comic book stuff. I'm saying Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, that's how you introduce the symbiote. Is the symbiote controls the
but that doesn't establish it into the Marvel.
Anyway, fine.
Yeah.
Ed already took Galactus. God damn it. The Guardians walk in, they're like, why are you being so sad, Chop? Like, why the fuck are you being so sad, you idiot?
Watcher intervenes.
Watcher intervenes? No, Watcher never intervenes. He would not
he
intervene.
Did in What If. He did in What If.
Not for something, he's done in the comics, but he wouldn't intervene for something so small. Let me fix that.
As soon as he gets on the ship, my father never loved me too.
So I guess grades?
We go in order.
D.
A.
You're joking.
How is this A? You're putting this on par with Annihilation.
A minus.
D.
These nuts.
Dang it! You beat me to it. I hate you. Okay.
You know those like chocolate like Jello like snack pack things. What are these called? Like the chocolate or vanilla.
He's setting us up for a D's nuts joke. I don't trust you.
Pudding.
Putting these balls in your mouth.
hey, man, Ed, you sound just like my friend Hava.
Oh.
Have a nice day. Ha, gotcha.
That's funny. Okay.
Let's make that a trend, everyone. Just wholesomed, where you just say something wholesome about someone as a prank.
It's kind of stupid.
You're failing already, Ed.
Yeah. I'm so lost.
Positive pranking.
Yeah,
what?
Positive pranking.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid.
No.
That's stupid.
No, make the world a better place.
Ed's already failing, you guys. Anyone seen or read or anything interesting?
Someone please watch Ender's Game. It's like this, but it's like
I've
Astra, but better.
already seen Ender's
But it's
Game.
good though.
I've already seen Ender's Game.
Watch it again. Treat
Y'all
yourself.
should watch Pig.
That too.
That too.
That's the thing you guys should watch. Y'all should also watch Hit Monkey on Hulu.
It is technically related.
This thing related. I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell everybody that we watched Ocean's 11 and My Cousin Vinny over the weekend.
Oh yeah, we saw those. Those were great.
Ocean's 11.
I finally
Did
saw
you
it
notice how Brad Pitt is always eating or drinking something
in that
or
scene.
like
in
chewing
Ocean's
something
11?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a really funny scene where he has a plate of like food, right? And then when it's a shot look shot and it goes to behind Brad Pitt, he has a glass of wine that he's drinking, not food. It was a funny goof that I liked.
Nice.
Maybe he just switched when you weren't looking.
He's a gremlin with a third hand.
Speaking of, what was that movie you mentioned earlier, Ed? Event Horizon?
Yes.
That's a good segue, because what other movies has that guy done?
Oh no. I have a bad feeling about this.
What other movie has he done?
He's done, well, let's say he's done the original Mortal Kombat, which we're not fixing. We're not fixing Mortal Kombat.
We should do Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
But we already did Annihilation and Mortal Kombat.
What other thing have I been interested in a lot in?
Oh, I know what you're doing.
He did a Monster Hunter movie.
Oh, I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Yeah,
How is it?
it's pretty bad.
Yeah. I thought after this depressing movie, I want to feel something. I know the irony of me saying it like that.
Yeah. Fortunately, the monsters that show up are in Rise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, They're not new monsters. They're older
That's
monsters,
fine.
but they're
I figured.
Shogunized.
That's
Is
cool.
it like the Basiros, the
No, it is not the Basarios.
I'm sorry.
It's
It's a
something else that another monster that burrows.
Wait, is there Rathlos? Is Rathlos in there?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. There's going to be Rathalos,
Okay. Well, I'll save it for the movie.
and
But
Rathalos isn't even the main monster.
I figured as much. I think I know what it is, so I'm not going to say it.
Anyways, join us next time for
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter. Yeah, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Today's film was Ad Astra, directed by James Gray. The screenplay was written by Gray and Ethan Gross. The cinematographer was Hoyt van Hoytma. Go show some love to their various social media accounts. They made a movie, which is more than we can say here.